Hello YouTube, this is going to be my first video and I thought I'd start off with something that I enjoy talking about and enjoy explaining and doing. This is going to be how to alternate pick. So alternate picking, as a refresher to some or as a maybe an introduction to some, is alternating with your right hand with your pick, downstroking, then upstroking, then down, then up, repeatedly like that in a predictable fashion as the name alternate picking would suggest. Downstroking being away from you and upstroking being towards your face. So this video is actually is trying to be aimed towards all levels of play, basic, intermediate, and advanced. So I'll go into each kind of segment here. The basic part of this video is just the simple explanation of downstroking then upstroking in something that is simple to do with the left hand to the minor pentatonic. The A minor pentatonic happens to be here. So I'm gonna just focus on the right hand here. I'm starting with the downstroke. You can start with an upstroke if you want, but starting with the downstroke here, and as the name suggests, as I've said, the first note is a downstroke. The next one will be an upstroke. So when we go to the A string now, we started on the E string. We're going to the A string. It's a downstroke again. Then back to an up for this next note on the A string. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. If you notice, there's two notes on each string. So if you start with the downstroke, you're gonna down up, and then the next string that you go to, the A string, is also going to start with the downstroke because there are an even number of notes on each string. So the A string will also be down up, the D string will also be down up. So similarly, if you start with an upstroke, you're going to be going up, down. The next string will be also up, down, up, down, up, down. And that goes both ways. When there's an even number of strings on even number of notes on each string, you will go in a predictable fashion, that way a similar pattern every string. So if you're going this way towards you, down the pentatonic, and you start with the downstroke, you're going to go down up, and then when you go to this B string, the second string that you play, you're going down up again, down up again, down up again. So when there's two notes per string, you will go in a pretty predictable fashion. So I want to go into the intermediate part of this video, which would be 3 notes per string, which I find to be slightly harder than 2 notes per string because you are switching directions every time that you switch strings. So if we go to this minor scale here, if you notice, I'm starting with the downstroke. So I think the first string that I'm doing, the first note that I'm playing here is pretty obvious. I mean, down, up, down. For an alternate picking, down, up, down is again obvious. But when we go to the A string, it's not going to be down again, because that would be economy picking. If you go down, up, down, and then you drag down again to down, up, down, that's economy picking. If we're alternate picking, we are continuing the down, up pattern. So it starts with down, up, down. The next string, because there are 3 notes per string, an odd number, it goes to up, down, up. So the third string that you play, or the fourth string, the D string, will be down, up, down. Then the next one will be up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And that goes, same thing when you're going down the scale too. So starting with an upstroke, you're going up, down, up, and you're switching down, up, down, the next one. So you're really, it's not as predictable and easy to wrap your head around as it is with 2 notes per string, with an even number of notes per string. So the advanced part of this video, to keep it brief, would be 1 note per string. So to keep it with A minor, I'm going to go with this arpeggio here. I'm starting with a downstroke, but you really have to dance in between each string here. You have to carefully downstroke and then move your pick to the outside of the D string, then keep it on the inside to downstroke the G string, then move it to the outside of the B string, then inside pick the E string. So this is why I call it the advanced portion of the video, because 1 note per string and alternate picking and doing it at high speeds is actually, in my opinion, by far more difficult than doing the simple pentatonic. it's much harder for me to do something like because there's a lot more movement involved, and it's not just an economy style. I mean, economy and alternate picking are actually the same thing if you're doing 2 notes per string, which may make sense to some of you. So again, the just to wrap it up, the basic was 2 notes per string going the same direction. The intermediate was 3 notes per string, alternating each string which direction you start with. And then the advanced was by far the hardest in my opinion, because you have to really carefully pick where you put your pick, no pun intended. So that's the video. It's my first video. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to do more like this on the techniques and the technicalities behind probably picking to start with. But again, I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.